Okay, AYO, I thank you for coming through. So, for everybody unfamiliar, how'd you get your start in the industry?
Oh man, I think the music as itself started just growing up in church. From there, I think that gave me the passion to really pursue music. Following that, I did band for a few years, and
Mhm.
in high school, I finally found out that like making beats was like a thing.
Oh.
So from there, I was like pushing my stuff. This is back in like MySpace days. Pushing my
Mhm.
stuff on MySpace. And at the time, he was an artist, but the now producer, Hitmaker, had
Oh.
reached out and was like, yo, you're a dope producer. I want to sign you. And he flew me to LA. And that was like my first real taste for like the music industry. And I ended up, basically doing a deal to be his main producer at the time. So yeah, that was my start, for the music industry.
That's dope. So, you mentioned being in the band. What instrument did you play?
Oh Lord. I played alto sax in marching band, and I played baritone sax in jazz band.
Okay, I was in marching and jazz band, and I was in the concert band at Crenshaw. It was really fun.
Okay, what instrument?
I played the trombone and the bass trombone.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like a really good time. I enjoyed it. So,
That's
how would
fun.
you say your sound has evolved over the years?
You said the sound?
Yeah, your sound as far as production goes.
Oh, absolutely. So, yeah, I think starting off, like, I just tried to recreate what I heard because I felt like that's what would work. Like, if it's working for these artists on the radio, then if I can master that sound, then I could basically, find my way in the industry. But what I had to realize was, it's like, why would I make beats like Timbaland, in a sense, when there's already a Timbaland that exists?
Mhm.
And then on the other side as well is learning that by the time, let's say WAP came out today, and I made something that sounded like it, by the time, it gets recorded, it gets mixed, it gets to the label, and it's put out, it's already a new sound that's out there. So nowadays, like, we've really established and learned that, you have to create what's next in order to stay ahead, and then let everybody else follow that sound. So I think it has now shifted to making sure that we create the path for ourselves rather than following the sounds of somebody else.
Yeah, I feel that 100%. When did you know that you wanted to pursue music full time?
It's crazy. I actually talked about this yesterday about IG Live. So, my parents are pastors, and I grew up in, a faith-based household. The same thing with Keys. And I'll never forget this day. I was like 11 or 12 years old, and this guest speaker of the church after the church, he had walked up to me, and he said, hey, man, he said, you're going to bring your family millions of dollars through music. And
Oh, wow.
I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I think that gave me the faith that music is what I was supposed to be doing. So from that point on, I was just like, yo, I'm going to read these music books. I'm going to join bands. Like, I'm going to get a keyboard. Like, I'm going to figure out my way in this industry. So I really wish I knew who it was that said it, but I'm so thankful that he did. And, like, that's just one day I'll never forget in my life.
How old were you when that happened?
Probably no older than 11.
Oh, wow. That's crazy that he told you that at such a young age.
Right.
So how did you and Keith started working together?
Oh, man. So we have met through a mutual friend. I'm based in Orlando, and Keys is from Buffalo. And one of the kids that he had went to high school with came to Orlando to go to school at Full Sail. And he was a producer as well. And he was like, yo, we're going to Atlanta for the weekend. You should come up with us. So, I was like, let's go. We went up there, and he was like, yo, we're going to stay at my friend's house. And his friend ended up being Keys. And so Keys was like, yo, I'm a producer. Again, this is MySpace days. So I was like, yo, let's follow each other. We're bouncing ideas. And we're like, yo, like, our stories are similar. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have a similar vision. Like, the work ethic's there. I'm like, yo, like, let's just start this team. And so we had started this team called the Upperclassmen. And we really didn't know what we were doing. We were just following what we've seen before. And from there, it went from the Upperclassmen to AYO and Keys, and then we developed the Upperclassmen Music Group, where now we develop other producers, songwriters, and artists.
That's really dope. So it must be an amazing feeling to have WAP hit #1 on the Billboard charts. Did you know it would be such a huge success while you were making it?
Nah, I honestly didn't. I knew it would be a big record, but to have the magnitude that it does and the impact that it does and the influence that it does, like, every day, like, it's just random people sending me new memes that are created, new TikToks, like, and it's just, you would think it would get played out, but it's just like the fact that people are, like, creating new content based off of something that we helped create, like, it's such a blessing, you know what I'm saying? So, I think the thing that gave us pressure, when the chairman of Atlantic Records, Craig Carlman, he called us, and he was like, yo, y'all got to understand that, this is Cardi B, and he's like, look at the singles before this, like, Bodak Yellow, you know what I'm saying? I like it like that. He's like, you got to understand, like, this has to be our point. Like, you can't go backwards. It has to get better. I'm just like, yo, like, if that's not pressure, you know what I'm saying? But I think that the impact that it's had, like, I believe he's happy. I probably should give him a call today and say thank you and, just to see how he's feeling about it. But, yeah, it's been insane.
Did that pressure on you help your creativity, or did it, like, make you, like, feel like you didn't know how it was going to turn out?
Oh, man. It honestly just, I had anxiety. I had anxiety for, like, the first week. Like, the pressure of the record performing. Then this was, like, the controversy behind the record. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. I had somebody write me yesterday and was like, this is the person that's responsible for creating this song that just vibrates on such a low level. Look how it's affecting our kids and our women. And I'm just like, well, dang, like, you really just go at me and say all that, but, like, I'm glad that you wasted your time doing that, but, yeah, so it's just been a lot, of course, the emails and the, interviews and the comments that you see and the memes being sent and the phone calls, like, everything all at once, on top of just trying to take in a moment that that's our song. It was overwhelming, but it's like, how could I complain?
Yeah. How has your life been different since the song came out?
It's been cool. Like, I think, we've been a part of some amazing songs before. But for instance, like the other day I went to go buy my mom a new car to surprise her with. And the guy who sold me the car knows, like, who I am and what I do. And so, like, through the whole process, like, any Mercedes worker that walks in there, he's like, yo, so, that new Cardi and Meg song? Like, this the guy that made it. You know what I'm saying? And, like, well, I remember one person, she was, like, in finances or something. Like, she called her daughter, like, yo, that new song? Like, say hi. This is him right here. Say hi. I'm just like, oh, my goodness. Like, I'm in a break room, like, we had got food, we're in the break room, me and my dad eating, and like, again, like, my parents are pastors, so I told them to never listen to it. And somebody else that was in there was like, oh no, like, this is the song right here. Then they pulled it up to show it to somebody else. I'm like, oh my goodness. So it's been exciting. It's been super exciting.
That's real cool. So how was it like in the studio when you were making the song?
So when the song was made, like, it was during, COVID. So we weren't really able to be in the studio, but, I feel like in order to be successful, like, you have to learn how to adapt. So, me and Keys, we have like a brotherhood at this point. We speak almost every day. So now it was like turning that into, FaceTime sessions where we're trying to make beats via FaceTime. So that's how we created that. Same thing on Cardi's side. Like, of course, she's not really going to be in the studio with anybody. I think we all remember that coronavirus is getting real moment she had that went viral. So
oh yeah,
we knew, like, she's keeping her distance. We completely understand it. So, unfortunately, we weren't able to be in the studio, but it obviously didn't stop something like this from happening.
that's cool. I'm glad it worked out in the end. Whose idea was it to put? Whose idea was it to put Megan and Cardi B on the track?
That's a great question. Like, that didn't come from our side. For us, we just focus on, making great instrumentals in a sense. So we had initially sent probably 10. And from there, we heard that she liked it. And then from there, that's when we got the call from the chairman at Atlantic Records.
All right. Who else would you like to work with in the future?
Oh, I'm going to pick 3. I'm going to do Pharrell, I'm going to do Jay-Z, and I'm going to do Rihanna for sure.
Those all would be dope.
Right.
So, what do you feel is the best part about being a producer?
I think it's being able to do what you love and have an influence and an impact on something like music, which pushes the culture. Music tells us how we speak. It tells us what we wear. It tells us the next brand or what cars, the thing, like, now it's telling us, like, who to vote for, and like, it's crazy to know that influence is there and to be a part of that, but also be able to be a part of that without having the limelight and the pressure fall on you where somebody's just watching you, waiting for a slip up every single day.
Yeah.
It's dope.
So you prefer being behind the scenes?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So you have many accolades to your name, including a Grammy, but what does success mean to you?
Success means to me, taking care of the people that matters most and being able to do it comfortably. I help, the same people that have helped me, which is, my mom and my dad and my brothers, and, my friends. So to be able, I remember when I first started producing, this was around like freshman year of college, and I was just like, Dad, like, I know this is what I want to do. Like, I'm in college, cool. And so my dad was like, look, get a college loan, but only get a loan that costs, take out a loan that's the amount of what you need to do your music. And at the time, it was like $3,000. And he was like, take out the loan. He said, I'll pay that college loan for you. And that was like my initial start. Like my parents took out a college loan basically for me to be able to buy studio equipment and chase what I love. So to be able to turn the tables now. Like last week, I bought both of my parents new cars. Like, like I'm
dope.
able to like spoil my brother. Like my brother just went to Discovery Cove, you know, with some friends. So like that's really like what it's about for me. Like being able to do that, but it not like put me in a bind or give me pressure. Like I could comfortably do that and be glad. So that's my success.
All right. I just have one more question before you go. So is there anything else we should know?
Man, I say just follow our team, the Upperclassmen Music Group. There's a lot of new talent, new producers, new artists, new songwriters all on the way doing great stuff. And, you know, me and Keys will definitely be dropping our own projects very, very, very soon.
All right. Thanks for your time. I thank you for coming through.
Definitely. Thank you.
You're welcome.